Hi everyone, welcome back to the Bake Off, episode 3. We are very, very excited and we've seen how many of you have joined in, which has been great. So if you just have a look now, here are a few of your creations that you've made. Well done.
So this week we've decided to stick with our sweet theme. So we had a sweet cookie, a savoury pizza, and today we're going to be making some scones. So
I think you mean scones, Miss Rosenthal. Scones, whatever it's called.
On the next, in a second, I was about to say on the next slide like last time. On the next page, you're going to see the ingredients that you will need. So pause the screen, get them all ready, and then press play.
Okay, so step 1, everyone, is preheat your oven. So you need to go to your oven now, go preheat it to 220 degrees. Once that's turned on and getting ready to heat up, you may as well also get your baking paper ready to put onto a tray. And then we'll get started with the ingredients.
Okay, so now you're going to need to get a nice big bowl, and in that bowl you're going to pour in your self-raising flour, which you've already measured out and hopefully sieved as well. Oopsie, it's fine, you can use that later, Mrs. Schmimmer. And you'll also need your baking powder and your salt, which you should have measured out already. You'll pour them all into the big bowl. And then you're going to mix it together so it's all combined.
Okay, so next up you need to get your butter, which should be in cubes, nice cubed. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that with your fingers. You're going to put that into your bowl of flour.
Make sure you wash your hands first.
Of course, make sure you wash your hands. Good point. And then we're going to get in there with our fingers and we're going to scrunch it up, crumble it up until it makes some nice thin crumb mixture. So watch Miss Rosenthal's got her fingers in there whilst I add my butter. So you're looking for like a crumbly mixture, like a small crumbly type mixture.
Okay, so you should have now mixed your butter and your flour mix, so it's gone a little bit crumbly. I'll also show you my one. Lovely. Now your next step is to add in your caster sugar and mix it all together until it's all combined.
Okay, next up we need to heat up the milk. So if you need any help from an adult, please do that. However, the easiest and quickest way to do this is get a jug of milk, as you can see, Ms. Rosenthal's got, and you just need to put it in the microwave about 30 seconds until it's warm, but it's not too hot. So off you go to the microwave, put in your milk, 30 seconds.
Okay, your milk should now be warm. And to your cup or jug of milk, whichever you have, you need to add in your vanilla extract. So they're mixed together. So it should just be milk and vanilla extract in the bottle or jug or cup or whatever you've got. And mix it together.
I'll give it a little stir.
Give it a stir.
Give it a little stir. Hold on a second. Oh.
Perfect. Well done, Mrs. Schmuel.
Okay guys, before we shake them and get them ready to look like scones, you need to go and get a baking tray and some baking paper and put them in the oven so it's ready, hot, for us to put in after. Okay, so once your milk and vanilla essence is mixed, you then go to your dry ingredients. So you can see the crumb mixture that Mr. Redstone's got. What you need to make inside is like a little well. So it's like a little hole in the middle. Exactly. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, and in there you're going to pour your milk mixture into there. Once you've poured it into the little groove, into the well, you're then going to use a spoon to gather all the flour from the outside and pour it on top. It's like you're folding it together.
So you'll find it's actually really wet to start with, but then once the flour starts to absorb it all, it won't be so wet, so don't worry.
And then the outcome should be like a bit of a doughy mixture. Similar doughy to what we did with the pizzas. So make your well, pour your mixture in.
Okay, now your mixture should be combined nicely together. What you need to do is you need to put some flour onto your surface. Once it's all floured up so that your mixture won't stick, dip your hands in it as well, just so your hands are nice and covered in flour. And then you're going to pour out your doughy mixture onto your surface, make sure all of it's there. And you're just going to keep mixing it onto your surface, folding it over so it's nice and combined.
Okay guys, so you should have put it onto your surface, patted it out a bit. You need to fold it about 2 or 3 times to make sure it's really smooth. And then the next stage is you need to pat it down, like you can see Miss Rosenthal's doing. You're
I've just covered myself.
Until about 4 centimetres. So think about your measuring. 4 centimetres thick is about what you're aiming for. So pat it down until the whole thing is about 4 centimetres. Okay, so for those of you that want to be a bit creative with your mixture, Miss Rosenthal's going to add some raisins to hers. So you just scatter them across, essentially. Scatter them around and then push them into your mixture so they don't come out. If you can think of any other creative ingredients that you can put in, that will be great, and we look forward to seeing them.
Okay, the next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be cutting out the shapes of the scones. So what you need to do is you need to get either a cookie cutter or a glass if you don't have a cookie cutter, and you need to dip the edges of it into the flour just so it doesn't get stuck to it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to press down into your dough. I would start near the edges and then work your way around, and you're going to try and get out as many circular shapes as you can from your dough. Perfect, Mrs. Schmuel. Once you've got everything you can out of that piece of dough, roll it back together, flatten it again, and try and get as many more as you can.
Okay, so now they're rolled and ready to go in the oven. Before you put them in the oven, there's one thing you need to do. So get that beaten egg that you should have already prepared before. If you didn't, just get an egg now and beat it. And with a brush, preferably, take your brush and egg wash your scones. So Miss Rosetal puts the brush inside the egg, and then we're just going to cover the scones or scones with the egg wash all the way around. Don't forget the sides. You don't need to do the bottom.
Yeah.
And then once you've done all of that, you then take your baking tray out of the oven so that it's nice and hot, ready for these scones to cook perfectly. Okay, so it is time to start baking these scones. So what you need to do, or scones, what you need to do is take your baking tray out of the oven that has got your greaseproof paper on it. It should be hot, so please use an Adol for this step. Make sure you've got oven gloves. What you're going to do is you're going to put your egg washed scones onto the baking tray. And then we'll let you know how long to cook them for.
As you can see, we've now got our scones ready to go on our baking tray. Mine's still sliding. We made 12. We managed to get 12 out of our mixture. But there's no wrong or right answer of how many you can make. It just depends on how many you can get out of your dough. So if you have a look, you can see that on our baking trays, they've actually started to rise already before they're in the oven. I think that's why it's on a hot tray. So you need to put it into the oven for roughly 10 minutes. Keep checking on them though, because it's up until when they're golden and risen enough. So keep checking on them throughout the 10 minutes.
Okay, so your final step is to take them out of the oven and let them cool down. Whilst they're cooling down, you need to prepare your jam and your cream. Some people use whipped cream, some people use clotted cream, some people use strawberry jam, raspberry jam. It does not matter. Be creative. Decide whatever you want to have inside your scone or scone and enjoy.
Okay, we have split our scones in half. They're nice and cool now, but they're still a little bit warm because it's delicious to have a nice warm scone, whatever you want to say. Now, I personally am going to put on my cream first, and then I'm going to put on my jam. Mrs. Schmuel?
To be completely honest with you, I don't mind which way it goes round, but just to be different, I'm going to go jam first. So I have got some delicious raspberry jam.
Mine's strawberry.
Hmm.
So we didn't have any clotted cream at home, so we've gone for whipped cream. So I've got my whipped cream on, and now I'm going to add some strawberry jam on top.
Oh, delish. This is delicious, guys. Smells good. Let's hope it tastes good. Are you ready, Miss Rosenthal?
Great. I'm actually going to eat the first one I make because it looks nicer. Here it is, the final product.
Good tail on.
Delicious. And you can see the raisins in mine.
Really good, really tasty. Nice and warm.
Oh my gosh, I could literally eat all 12 right now.
Don't forget to send us in your creations because we would love to see what you can make.
Oops. Okay, so we've now...
Wait, I need to sneeze.
Are you joking?
Wait. Oh, it's not coming.
Don't sneeze near the flour.